Today's video is going to be about a Jeep Wrangler. Is owning a Jeep Wrangler practical for a daily driver? Stay tuned. We'll roll a little intro clip, see what you think. Ooh, that hat's looking nice. Tell me what y'all think. I like it. It's my first flat brim hat, so we'll see how I like it. I'm not really sure on it yet, but for those of y'all that know, we're still on the hunt for Kevin. So if you know what I'm talking about, drop a comment down in the section below. But so you're looking at getting a Jeep Wrangler. Now, I picked up a 2018 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport a little over a month ago. It is nothing fancy. It's fairly basic. Already had some modifications done to it. Bought it used with 88,000 miles on it. Automatic transmission. It's got the 8-speed in there. It's got a 3.6 V6 engine on it, and it is the 4-seater, as you can see, with the extra room in the back. Hardtop on it, with the removable Freedom top, the regular section on the back. Came with aftermarket wheels, 33-inch tires, no lift kit, stock height, aftermarket fender flares. They did something to the taillights. I think they tinted them. I don't like that. I'm going to be changing that. More on that later. But for the most part, though, fairly factory. It's got a couple little like trim pieces up here on the door handle, on the outside as well. But for the most part, still a fairly stock Jeep, other than wheels and fenders, which is what I want. It is a white Jeep, and it's got the black hardtop. It is a sport, nothing super fancy. But is this going to be a good daily driving vehicle? Had it for 30 something days now, really trying to see if I like it, and is going from a 3500 Ram 1-ton pickup, extended cab and all that, going to be good for what I want to do. Well, that's the question. I do have two girls. They're younger in age. One is 14. I can't think about that for a second. The other one is 9. She just turned 9. And so I definitely needed space for them. Also just wanted some extra cargo space as well. Buy those seats flat. Possibly look at camping in here. For this and the ride on it, the Jeep so far has done very good. Like I said, it is factory ride height. It does not have any kind of lift on it. I do like that. It rides very well for what it is, and the bumps and everything that it takes does pretty good. So for riding and daily riding, going back and forth to work, running errands around, done some trips in it, it's doing good for just riding down the road. Off-roading, haven't fully tested it. I have taken it out on the beach a few times, here in Amelia Island, Fernandina Beach, for those of y'all that know. Hard packed sand. There's a few spots where it got a little loose, but it held up pretty well. And so as far as ride height for that, it's done pretty good. For storage, how has the Jeep held up? Well, like I said, I went with the Unlimited, which is the 4-door Jeep. Nice big cargo space in the back. I think I'm already kind of hinting at what you think here. Plenty of room in the back seat for my kids to ride. I could even sit back there pretty comfortably. And I sit with my seat all the way back. I'm 6'4", so I have a big requirement for lots of legroom. So sitting in the back, not a problem. Sitting up front, not a problem either. Keep the seat back. Pedals are at a good depth for me. Same thing with the steering wheel here. Rides well. As far as just general room, it's a little more compact than some other vehicles I've been in. The Jeep's interiors are a bit smaller. So if you're looking for something with wide open space like a luxury sedan, or like I had before this, which was a extended cab, crew cab, 1-ton pickup truck, you're going to find that this is a bit small. Nothing wrong with that, but it is a bit small. As far as the engine goes, like I said, I have the 3.6 liter V6 Pentastar, I think is what it's called. Very common amongst Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep style vehicles. It's got enough power for what I want to do, which is really just driving around town. I have not used this for towing yet, but anticipation one day of getting a small camper to pull behind, maybe a tier, something bigger than a teardrop. Maybe looking at like a pop-up camper. Don't know yet. I used to have a 38-foot fifth wheel that I pulled behind in the truck. Fantastic. I loved it, but it was way big. If you're doing long-term camping, highly recommend them. They're great, but they are not fantastic for trying to get some of the small camping spots, or to be kind of roughing it when you're wanting to explore new spaces, really off the beaten path, which is Jeep. But for daily driving around here, 3.6, perfect. My dad has a Rubicon with the 2.0 turbo gas, and he likes this too. His has got a lot of pep in it. It's a fantastic engine in those as well. So I'm gonna say either one of those, but for me, here in the 3.6, good engine. It's not very loud. It's actually pretty quiet, but it has a nice little purr. I'm cruising along, gonna get on it a little bit. It does good. Gas mileage. My average right now is 19.9 according to the dash. I've always found, especially with Dodge, Chrysler, Ram style vehicles, that number is always a little bit exaggerated, but not terrible. So for me, cruising around a lot in stop and go traffic for going to work, I'm thinking 18-ish averaging, and I think that's really good for a 6-cylinder kind of off-roading style SUV. I'm happy with 18 miles per gallon. Cruising on the highway, if I'm not trying to fly around anywhere, the 3.6 I found pulls about 22 to 24 miles per gallon. If I get on 70 miles an hour and I'm just nice cruising down the interstate, I can get 22, maybe 24. I might be able to squeak out 24 with this. Again, this is not lifted. I'm riding 33-inch tires, which are pretty close to stock size. I think stock size on these is just under 33. So I have the 285 17s. That's what it is. Maybe 75 17s. Whatever 33s are, give or take. But I'm supposed to be getting new tires on. When I bought the Jeep, they agreed to put new tires on this. I'm curious to see what the dealership is going to put on there. They agreed to put new tires on there, but they wouldn't promise me a brand or anything like that. I'm probably going to end up with some cheap stuff on here. That's okay. They are free tires, so I'm going to ride with them for a little while until I get bored with them, until they stop being able to do what I need them to do. And I'm probably going to put either some KO3s, I may put some Falkings on there, who knows whatever is out there when I go to get them, whatever looks good. For gas mileage, done pretty good. Reliability. Now, when I bought this, it had a little bit of a whine in the rear end, coming out of the rear differential area. And so what I did was I drained the oil, I looked at it, didn't look bad. The drain plug had just a little bit of metallic shavings on it, real fine shavings. So very normal. I don't think it had been changed. I thought maybe they had changed it and just didn't put in the limited slip additive. I'm starting to think maybe they just didn't change it at all after seeing the plug, because it looks like it hadn't been changed. But no metal pieces or anything here. Changed the oil. The sound is 99% gone now. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I hope that differential isn't going out, but if it is, maybe time for an upgrade. Who knows? We'll see what comes out of it. But as of right now, when I take turns and everything, you can hear just, I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear just a touch back there. That's good. What else do we want to talk about for daily driving? What else do people like? We talked about gas mileage. Continue on railroad track, sorry. That is a little rough bump there on this, but it's an SUV, it's an off-road SUV. You are going to have to make a little compromise here. Remember, this is not a luxury Lexus sedan. But continuing on with reliability. The 3.6 is known sometimes for lifter roller failures. I'm watching that real carefully. I'm going to keep my oil changed. I am going to also do the swap for the oil filter canister to the aluminum body, metal body. And then I've read, do you have any information? Again, drop them down below. I'd love to hear. I've read that there are some check valve piece you can put in there, and that will allow you to keep oil in that filter, so that way you don't have dry starts when you go to fire your engine off. So I'm looking into that a little more. Transmission, the 8-speed in here. Most people are saying they do really good. I'm going to check the transmission fluid in a few weeks. I'm just going to do a change on everything instead of change the rear end oil. I'm going to do my transfer case in the front as well. Do a coming up front oil change probably the next 1,000 miles or so. Try to keep maximum 5,000 miles on this for oil changes. I may do them a little sooner. I know I got a trip coming up and don't want to have to save, don't want to have to wait. So I'm going to favor oil changes on this faster than maybe some other ones. So reliability on that hopefully will increase as well. For the transmission, I've heard mixed things. Some people say they do really good. They like them. As far as reliability, people got 200,000+ miles on them. Some people say they've had issues on them from the start and don't care for them. Me, so far, I'm sitting at 91,571 miles. Transmission, knock on wood, is doing great so far. Continuing on more with reliability. Jeeps have the notorious death wobble. If you haven't heard of that, you can go look it up. There's tons of videos out on there. There's a lot of reasons that death wobble starts. Usually comes around from lifting a Jeep and supporting parts start wearing out, and that leads to more issues, which leads to the death wobble. From what I've read, talked to a lot of Jeep owners, shops as well, mechanics. One thing to do that we've done on my dad's Rubicon is swap the steering stabilizer shock out. We installed a Bilstein on there, just the single. We didn't put the dual. I live in Southeast Georgia. We live in Southeast Georgia. There's not really a need for the dual. We're not rock climbing or doing like hardcore like Baja racing or anything. So don't have to worry too much about that. Just a nice solid single strut is done good. We swapped his out, tightened the steering up a little bit. which will hopefully help prevent some of that. He's at factory height for the Rubicon with his, so not too much of an issue there either. For mine, I have the stock one on mine. I may, in the next, sometime this year, swap mine out. It's not expensive to do. They run $120, I think, for it. It's not too bad. Very easy to do. 2 bolts, take them out. You reuse one of the bolts, and then drop a new one. I worry about people driving sometimes. Other things for reliability, tire wear with Jeeps. If you, again, have modified your suspension, you increase the chance of excessive wear in your tires, especially if you don't get alignments and balancing like you should. Even with proper alignments and balancing, you can't contribute to more tire wear in your stuff too. So just keep that in mind. Should have brought some more. As far as other things reliability goes, things have held up pretty good on here. Your plastic pieces, I have put the treatment on there for my windshield wiper cowl, and then I have a piece on the front that's like a bug air deflector. I've treated both of those. They're back to looking factory with a little bit of that shine, but that dark black again, they were turning that gray color. If you do not have color matched fenders, or metal fenders, if you have that plastic, make sure you get the treatment for those. I'll try to put a picture of what I use somewhere up in here. The stuff's wipe on, clean it, wipe it on, let it dry. That's fantastic. I love the way these look so far. What else for reliability? Top. A lot of people are concerned about a Jeep and its top. Now, I have the hard top. I went with that because I wanted sound insulation, and I also wanted a little bit of that durability for something that's going to last, because even a good soft top is still going to wear out after a while. That canvas cloth material is going to wear out. So make sure if you're worried about that, I would recommend going with the hard top. So far, no issues with mine, no leaks or anything like that. The seals are all holding up good. I kind of check them out and watch them just to make sure. You can treat your seals. There's some gasket treatments you can put on there. Helps keep them moisturized. Just don't spray them down with WD-40. There is actual gasket sealings that you should put on there to help extend the life of those. But no leaks in my roof. Like I said, it's 2018, so it is 8 years old now. Holding up good so far. I think that's most of the stuff with reliability in general. Paint's held up very good on this thing so far as well. Some people talk about chipping and stuff like that. I don't have issues on mine with that, so it's done good. For kind of another thing on comfort is noise. Again, this is a off-road SUV. It's intended for off-roading. It is not super sound insulated. I'm sure you can probably hear a little bit on this video where you can hear some background, some road noise. It's also because my microphone is right down there and it's not really mounted very well because my setup here, I don't have a good mount for it. But so sorry about that. But the road noise is a little more than other vehicles. This hardtop is not insulated. There are insulation panels you can put on there. I've heard mixed reviews on them. Most people say it doesn't do a whole lot. So I'm not too worried about it. It's just part of owning the Jeep. I'm usually riding with my windows down about between filming this and it is raining. We just had a massive thunderstorm roll through. About to get another one. I'm expecting some more rain, so don't want to do that. Before that sound, it's not bad. When you're cruising along, it does. You hear it, especially interstate. With the all-terrain tires, you have a little road noise translation up from that. but I try not to go mud tires. I'm not going mud tires on mine. I'm going all-terrain tires. A little quieter on the roads, but again, that noise is going to translate up through there with the suspension as well. And then there's not a lot of insulation in the floor pans and the doors either. Comfort for riding, other thing, the seats are actually not bad at all for riding it. They're a little bit stiff, a little bit firm. They're not super soft, but so far the durability of these has been fantastic. 8-year-old vehicle, 91,500 miles on it. It feels good for the durability of these. It's held up good, but the comfort is pretty well. Foam in the seats held up great. It's a comfortable ride. I can cruise easily for a few hours in here. Doesn't bother me at all. I do have some little bit of back problems, and so something to keep in mind there. Doesn't bother me. This is the 2018 starts the JL model series. It does come with some creature comforts on here. Instead of having air conditioning. This does come with the upgraded radio, all kinds of sound in the back, smaller display screen, radio, This is the baseline Jeep. So this one does. But as far as entertainment goes, it's very nice. The radio on here plays great sound. And pull up to the beach. You can open the glass because this here is a sound bar. So you can jam some tunes. This thing is a cinder block going down the road, so just keep that in mind as you're cruising along. All these things play a factor in, I think, to judgment on this. So you are expecting a super soft, cushy ride. You are going to be disappointed. But if you understand that you bought this for the purpose, again, Jeep Wrangler so far, 30 days, 34 plus days, maybe 40 days. So overall, what is my judgment on the Jeep as a daily driver? I'm going to say, I like having this as a daily driver. I've had a lot of cars in my life, a lot of vehicles, cars, trucks, SUVs, and so far this is probably top. And that's fun. this, the Jeep Wrangler is an excellent choice for daily driving. It's comfortable. It has a lot of stuff. So far, reliability on it's been really good. Hoping that continues. Talking to a lot of Jeep owners, you know, they always joke of just empty your pockets. I mean, it's like any other vehicle. You're going to have problems. I don't think this one is excessive for any issues. So keep up with the maintenance if you have them, and I think anybody will get, you know, a good 150, 200,000 miles out of their vehicle. That's what I'm going for with this one, and we'll go from there. But thanks for watching. Comment down below. Do you have a Jeep? Do you have a Wrangler? Do you like it? Do you daily drive yours? Are you hardcore, no doors, no top, all the time riding around, rain or shine? Or are you a person that kind of is pavement princess? No judgments on my part. Everybody buys their stuff for what they like. But other than that, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell me what you think. Jeep daily driver or not? Y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all on the next adventure.